happened between them has left everyone shocked. This drama is so intense that it could ruin careers, break up a long-standing relationship, and set social media on fire. Most well-known people, the way Yandy handled things had everyone speechless. And when you find out what pushed Mendeecees over the edge, especially with Scrappy's name being dragged into it, it'll make sense why security had to physically remove him from the scene. For years. Cheating rumors, legal issues, and shady business situations. Through it all, Yandy always stood by his side, showing loyalty no matter what. But it turns out Mendeecees might not have been showing her that same loyalty behind closed doors. Word is he's been acting shady for quite some time, and Yandy, she's apparently been keeping some serious secrets, waiting for the right moment to let it all out. That moment came during what should have been just a normal date night. The couple showed up to a high-end lounge in Atlanta, looking like they didn't have a care in the world. Yandy was dressed in a stunning designer outfit, and Mendeecees had a fresh haircut, looking sharp. But according to people who were there, the tension was clear from the start. Yandy's face was stiff, and Mendeecees couldn't seem to stop. Checking his phone then, Scrappy arrived. If you know their history, you know Mendeecees and Scrappy have had a rocky friendship for years. Sometimes they're cool, other times not so much. Scrappy came over to their section and hugged Yandy, and right then, everything changed. Mendeecees' mood shifted fast. After Scrappy left the table, Yandy leaned toward Mendeecees and said something that made him slam his glass on the table. He snapped, asking if this is how things were going to be now. Yandy, staying calm, told him she didn't know what he was talking about. That only made him angrier. He stood up and told her not to play dumb with him, to stop acting like she didn't know what was going on. Yandy, without raising her voice, told him if he was that upset, maybe he should ask Scrappy. Mendeecees turned bright red. His hands started to shake as he leaned closer, demanding to know what she meant by that. Yandy stayed cool, saying he knew exactly what she meant. At that point, security started moving toward them because it looked like things could get physical. Mendeecees grabbed Yandy's arm, not hard enough to hurt her, but enough to make people notice. Yandy yanked her arm back and warned him not to touch her. That's when he completely lost control. He flipped the whole table over, breaking glasses, and sending bottles flying everywhere. Security rushed in, trying to calm him down as he yelled at Yandy, accusing her of making him look like a fool. She just smirked and told him again to go ask Scrappy. As security dragged him toward the exit, still shouting for Yandy to tell him the truth, Scrappy walked in again, looking like he had no idea what was going on. When Mendeecees saw him, he started screaming, saying it was Scrappy, he was the one Yandy had been sneaking around with. And Yandy, she didn't deny it. She just told Mendeecees maybe he should have been paying more attention. Scrappy, unfazed, simply said, "It is what it is, bro." That set Mendeecees off again, and he tried to go after Scrappy, but security held him back. Behind the scenes, Mendeecees is said to be furious. People close to him say he's already been in touch with his lawyers. He wants to cut Yandy off completely. Not just emotionally, but financially too. He feels like he was betrayed by both Yandy and Scrappy. Meanwhile, Yandy isn't even trying to hide what's going on. The morning after, she posted a mysterious message on Instagram saying, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Everyone is now asking, how long has this been happening? Did Yandy really cheat on Mendeecees with Scrappy? And why isn't Scrappy trying to deny any of it? The wild part is, this is just the start. Sources say Mendeecees is ready to share his side of the story, and what he reveals could shake the whole love and hip-hop world. His public outburst was just the beginning of what's turning into a massive scandal. After security threw Mendeecees out, Yandy didn't leave. She stayed in the lounge, ordered another drink, and kept chatting with Scrappy like nothing had happened. People nearby say Scrappy whispered something to her that made her burst out laughing. That moment showed everyone that this wasn't some new fling. This had clearly been going on for a while. Hidden from the public eye, Scrappy had his arm around her waist, and it was clear they weren't trying to stay low-key anymore. The next morning, Yandy posted another Instagram story that made the situation explode online. She was sitting in a car's passenger seat while Scrappy drove, with the same caption, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Fans were quick to put the pieces together. Comments poured in, with people asking if Yandy was really involved with Scrappy. Many said Mendeecees wasn't imagining things after all, and that Yandy had been doing this behind his back the whole time. Social media went crazy. Major outlets like The Shade Room, TMZ, and Hollywood Unlocked posted about it. The headlines said it all. Yandy spotted with Scrappy after public fight with Mendeecees. People on Twitter couldn't stop talking about it, saying Yandy really left Mendeecees for Scrappy and that Scrappy was now breaking up marriages. Everyone wondered how Mendeecees was handling it. Mendeecees wasn't going to let it slide. When his manager called him about the hotel photos, Mendeecees was so upset that he was pacing around his house. yelling on the phone about how Yandy thought she could get away with this. That's when he decided to take action. He called a friend who runs a major gossip site in Atlanta and spilled everything. Mendeecees told him that Yandy and Scrappy's relationship had been going on for months, happening right under his nose while he was out working to build a future for them. It turns out that Yandy had been secretly meeting up with Scrappy, and the worst part is that Mendeecees seems to have solid proof. People close to the situation say that he has text messages from Yandy's phone that clearly show her arranging to see Scrappy. What makes it even more painful for Mendeecees is that these meetings often happen while he was out of town, busy working and trying to build their future. It seems like Yandy really believed she wouldn't get caught, but now everything is out in the open, and things are getting even more complicated. Erica Banks, someone who has been around them for a while, reportedly knew about this from the start. She even tried to warn Mendeecees, but he brushed it off, thinking Erica was just trying to stir up trouble. Now, Yandy and Scrappy didn't even try to hide their connection from people they both know. It was like they weren't afraid of getting caught, and that stings even more. But Mendeecees isn't the type to just walk away and stay silent. Word is that he's already in talks with a well-known blog to give a tell-all interview. He wants to set the record straight and reveal everything about what's really been happening between Yandy and Scrappy. People are saying he's also getting ready for a face-to-face confrontation with Scrappy at the next Love and Hip Hop reunion. If that happens, viewers are in for some wild television, because everyone knows it won't be pretty. Fans are now wondering how long this has really been going on. Did Yandy and Scrappy think Mendeecees wouldn't find out? And why hasn't Yandy tried to deny any of this? Scrappy might feel like he's won for now, but Mendeecees sharing his side could damage both their images beyond repair. Mendeecees has been staying quiet on social media since all this came out, but insiders say he's planning his next moves carefully. Meanwhile, producers of the show are reportedly working overtime to make sure the cameras are ready to capture all the drama for the next season. There's no doubt that once this story airs, the ratings are going to go through the roof. Everyone is watching to see what happens next because it seems like this messy situation is far from over. Just when people thought things couldn't get more intense between Mendeecees, Yandy, and Scrappy, things behind the scenes started heating up even more. After those photos of Yandy and Scrappy at the hotel spread all over the internet, fans were quick to take sides. Some said that maybe Mendeecees had done something to deserve it, while others stood by him, saying Yandy went too far by getting involved with Scrappy. For Mendeecees, it wasn't just about being cheated on. It was the embarrassment of it all being so public that really pushed him over the edge. Sources close to him say Mendeecees didn't waste time and went straight into action. It wasn't even about the cheating anymore, it was about the disrespect. He felt like both Yandy and Scrappy tried to make a fool out of him, and now he's ready to make them pay. His first move was reportedly calling up Mona Scott Young, the person behind Love and Hip Hop, and demanding that Scrappy be dropped from the show. Mona, who's always looking for ways to bring more drama to the screen, didn't say no. In fact, she's said to be planning a filmed sit-down between the three of them. But that's not all Mendeecees is doing. He's also going after Scrappy's money. Insiders say he's speaking with lawyers about filing a lawsuit for emotional stress and for interfering with his business deals. Mendeecees believes that the scandal has made business partners back off, and it's hurt him financially. And here's where it gets even more serious. Mendeecees reportedly has evidence, like text messages, that show Yandy and Scrappy were seeing each other behind his back while he was away. Even worse, he claims Yandy used money from their shared business account to pay for these trips. If he can prove that in court, both Yandy and Scrappy could be facing serious consequences. Yandy, for her part, doesn't seem too bothered in public. After those hotel photos came out, she went live on Instagram, drinking wine and playing Beyoncé's Irreplaceable with a caption that said, "Moving on." Scrappy posted a picture too, with the words, "Loyalty over everything," which fans couldn't help but call out for being ironic. But Mendeecees isn't planning to stop at just telling his side of the story. Sources say he's already been in touch with outlets like TMZ and The Shade Room to do an exclusive interview where he plans to spill every last detail, from the secret meetings to the shady business Yandy was doing behind his back. He's even prepared to show financial records that prove Yandy used their money for her trips with Scrappy. Scrappy could be looking at serious fallout too. Mendeecees is reportedly working on making sure Scrappy doesn't get any new deals with the show or in music. Even though Yandy is acting like she's unbothered on social media, people close to her say she's starting to feel the pressure. She's apparently reached out to Mona Scott Young, hoping she can help calm things down. But Mona knows good TV when she sees it, and it sounds like she's more interested in getting this all on camera for the next season, as if all of that weren't enough. Mendeecees is said to be working on a diss track. People who've heard parts of it say the lyrics are harsh. In the song, he talks about how Yandy smiled in his face while sneaking around, how he gave her everything, and now she's trying to make him out to be the bad guy. The track is reportedly aimed at both Yandy and Scrappy, and word is that Scrappy is ready to respond if Mendeecees drops it. So now the big question is what's going to happen next? Is Yandy really sticking with Scrappy for good, or is this just part of some bigger plan? Will Mendeecees go through with the lawsuit and the diss track? Or is all of this just part of the drama that keeps love and hip-hop fans glued to their screens? Either way, when Mendeecees tells his side and that song comes out, it's going to get people talking even more. The next Love and Hip Hop reunion is already being called one of the most explosive episodes the show has ever seen. Everyone is waiting to see if Mendeecees will really end Scrappy's career and whether Yandy will keep standing by Scrappy or if she'll have a change of heart. What's clear is that this drama is far from finished, and the reality TV world won't be the same once it all plays out.